Okay, so right now what we are discussing is the part two of the properties of inequalities. The properties exhibited by inequalities, that is what we are discussing. We have discussed three properties before. Right now we are going to be discussing the rest of the four, total seven. So let's get on with it. So first of all, we are going to be taking the help of A and B, okay? Where these are going to be two variables that we are going to be using. Now generally this is the term that we are going to be using generally, and whenever we're going to be proving any of the inequalities we're going to be encountering, we are going to be using for A we're going to be using 4, and for B we're going to be using 6. So say 6 is greater than 4. So let's get on with the fourth property we had been discussing. And now for the fourth property, let's say we have a number A, variable A, and we have a variable B. Now if you multiply both of these numbers, okay, with a constant, say variable number or a constant, with any negative number, okay, with any negative number, if you multiply both, what are you going to get? The symbol. This is what you're going to get. So what actually is it telling us? This is telling us that if you multiply A with C and B with C, the sign changes. Now before this A was less than B, now A is greater than B. Now let's actually prove this. Let's start by proving this. We're going to be using 4 as I have told you, and 6 for B. C can be any negative number, okay? So -5, and I actually forgot to tell you that in the third inequality property, C could be any positive number, okay? So right now we're going to be using any negative number. Now 5 times 4 is equal to -20, and 5 times 6 is -30. Now as you can see, -20 is greater than -30. Or what are we actually using? Any negative number. Any negative number. C can be any negative number. Now this is the only thing that we need to be careful about for the fourth property. Okay, now over to the sixth property, fifth property, we have the numbers A and the number B, okay, the variable A and the variable B. Now if you divide both of them with the variable C, what you are going to be getting is that this symbol, okay. This is going to be the same as it was before, and right now C can be any positive number, okay. C can be any positive number. Now when C is any positive number, the inequality remains the same. A was less than B, A is still less than B. This is the fifth property, and let's actually prove this, okay. So we're going to be C can be any positive number, okay, so we can use any positive number. Let's say we use 2, okay, because 4 and 6 you can divide both of them with 2. Positive. Let's see, 2 divided by 4, that is equal to 2. 2 divided by 6, or 6 divided by 2, okay, so 3. Yes, 3 is greater than 2. So that has been proved. Over to the sixth property, okay. So we have this is going to be the same thing as I did before, but slightly different. C is right now going to be any negative number, okay, any negative number. Now what happens if the number dividing both of the numbers start to become negative? Okay, we're going to be using, okay, what happens is this turns into that. Okay, now what actually was before? A was less than B, now A becomes greater than B, okay, because let's see, if we have 4 and we divide that by -2, say C is going to be -2, it was +2 before, and B is 6, so that is -2. And what happens? Let's see, 4 divided by -2, that is equal to -2. 6 divided by -2, that is equal to -3. Now, exactly, what happens is that -2 is actually greater than -3, because when you are moving in the number line, the negative side, the closer you are, the closer the number is on the negative side to 0, it is bigger. Okay, -2 is greater than -3. Okay, next we're going to be discussing the last property. Let's say, what exactly is the last property? The last property says that if you have the same numbers A and B, and you divide, you basically reciprocal them and send them into the denominator, what happens? When you send both of them over to the denominator, the sign changes. A was less than B. Now let's actually see if that works. 1/4, okay, and 1/6, which is greater? Actually, 1/4. 1/4 is basically, yes, 1/4 is 0.25, give or take, but actually no, well, 0.25 is the exact thing, and 1/6 is almost 0.16. Now this is in the fraction form. It is hard to understand in the fraction form sometimes, so we actually go into the decimal side and we see that 0.25 is actually greater than 0.16, which is basically what we were what the 7th property is saying. So each one of these is actually correct, and we have proved them right now. Now time to see you in the next lecture.